Is the word quadrilogy actually a word?
Well, you have a single movie. Then you have a sequel.
Yeah.
Then you have a trilogy.
Okay.
It would make sense to have a quadrilogy, right?
I don't think quadrilogy is the actual
Well,
word
what would
for
the
it.
word be?
I mean, when the fourth Harry Potter movie came out, we weren't like...
Wasn't that one Goblet of Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so we just called that one
Fire.
Goblet of Fire.
The quadrilogy.
Well, we knew there were 7 books, so...
Yes, but I think this is a fair question. I mean, we're used to, the trilogy seems to be the magic number. You make 3. What if someone does make 4?
Well, with like 4 sides on a shape, it's a quadrilateral, therefore
Okay.
a quadrilogy.
So we're going to call it a quadrilateral. All right.
Well, it's better than quadrilateralogy.
I was going to say quartet, but
That's music.
but still, it's 4.
Well, we don't call movies a trio.
Quartet of music. Quartet of movies.
See? Already winning.
Let's just get
What
right.
would 5 be? A quintilogy?
A quintilogy.
6?
Is that sect or sept? I think
No,
that's sectilogy.
Yeah, it's sect. I think 7 is sept.
These are the
Septilogy.
important things we talk
Octilogy.
about on this podcast.
Octilogy. What's 9? I always forgot 9.
Non-gilogy.
Yeah, and 10 is a decagilogy.
That's a lot of
12
like,
is a
There
dodecagilogy.
might be someone listening to this podcast that's never heard it. No, they're gone already.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
So yesterday, I'm going to watch A Star Is Born. Like at the end, your heart is across the room and barely pounding anymore. Because
Does it
it's
make
just
you want to
this.
listen to the song when we play it about once an hour?
It just makes you dead inside.
oh no.
I'm like, you know what? We got to watch Bohemian Rhapsody because everybody said that was
It's
so
so
much
good.
fun. So much fun. And they're going to have a sing-along in theaters. Like, we're going to watch this, like, rock concert movie. And I was crying at the end of that.
Right, same. So good.
I still haven't seen it.
You did not tell me, Katie, the amount of cats that were in this
You
movie.
didn't know Freddie Mercury had a ton of cats?
I mean, I knew he had cats, but I didn't know that there were cats all over this movie.
Well, yeah, Freddie
mean-
Mercury had cats.
Yeah,
Where
well-
would they be?
So immediately.
It's not like they're ignoring the important parts of his life.
I know, but I wasn't prepared for the amount of cats. And I
It
was
was a,
like,
it was a
why
little
didn't Katie
surprise
tell me
for you. A
this?
little surprise.
Yeah. And then, you know what? It changed my experience of Live Aid. So you guys weren't alive for Live Aid.
Correct.
I was a little girl, but I remember what a big deal it was that this was happening. And I know this is going to shock you, but even in like little tiny KJ was crusading for a better world, right? So Live Aid was
Wow.
important. We're going to feed children. We're going to feed children like me who don't, get to eat. And here I am.
I'm
like,
the children.
Children.
Right, I'm the second of 9 kids, and I stand in line every first Saturday of the month for government cheese, and I still didn't realize that I'm a children who wasn't eating, right? Like,
Goodness.
but
And yet here you were trying to help others.
so I remember that, but I didn't realize how important Live Aid was to Freddie Mercury and Queen.
Yes?
So then I'm like, oh yeah, I was just a little girl, like watching
You didn't
Live Aid.
understand the depth.
I didn't realize he's like out there when he's that's it. He's like, hey guys, I have AIDS and let's go do this because I have to be a performer. I don't know how much longer I have. So that I was just, sobbing about that.
R.I.P.
It was a good movie.
We watched A Star Is Born, my sister and I. Then we watched Bohemian Rhapsody. Then my husband got home. He's in the house for 30 seconds, and all of a sudden, the TV's on. No, the TV's on MacGruber. I'm like, what? No!
No!
All of a sudden, I'm like, what are you doing? You're not watching MacGruber.
How dare you roll in here and change the channel? Where is my Steve Irwin movie remake? That's what I want.
What?
That's what I want. I was like, you know what? Mr. Rogers got a movie.
He did.
Steve Irwin should get a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Let's
would
start
watch
a
that.
petition.
Yeah.
All he cares about is the conservation of animals.
His son is basically doing the same things now.
Oh,
like,
yeah, his
he
kids
takes
are like
The
that.
best
He
photographer out
takes
there.
incredible
He's
pictures.
award-winning.
Yes, his pictures are
Yeah, and what is
beautiful.
he? How old is he? Like 15?
He's got to be like early
How old is
teens,
he?
right?
He just had a birthday. Hang on.
Yeah.
I saw it
Don't know.
on Twitter.
I just
I'm gonna
remember
look
when
it
I
up.
saw it, I was like, this kid is accomplishing a lot more than I am.
At 15, I sure was not an award-winning photographer.
No.
But like, yeah, I think we should have a movie for that.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know, we have a movie for everything at this point. But like, That would be a good one. Like, he's the king of be kind to animals.
Yeah,
We should be doing this.
I agree. I would watch it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I did do a round of How Are You Kind of Nerdy with the Kind of Nerdy crew on Facebook. Let's see. What was Chaps Benfield watched a documentary on Mothman.
Ooh. Which one?
Found it on Amazon Movies. Be sure to watch the Mothman movie also.
You got it.
Oh, Chaps is going to a Mothman festival this year.
That does not sound fun.
Listen, okay, let me tell you about Mothman.
Not
Okay,
at
all
all.
right. Yeah.
What do you know about Mothman?
He sounds gross.
Okay, well, Mothman is what we call a cryptid, an animal not yet confirmed by modern science.
Kind of like Bigfoot.
Similar, yes,
Yeah.
also a cryptid. Or alligator man,
Okay.
I've
or the
never heard of
skunk
that.
ape.
Never heard
the
of that
skunk ape?
Yeah, he's like Florida's Bigfoot, and he smells.
Oh,
Well, he's a
okay.
skunk, so
How do you know that?
And he like creeps around old ladies' backyards.
How do you know Bigfoot doesn't smell?
I'm sure he does, living in the woods.
Okay.
But that being said, Mothman, so his whole like shtick is that he appears before disasters. So like people have Mothman sightings before the local bridge collapses or something like that. Like that, all the big stories of Mothman are him showing up to foretell disaster. Like he doesn't actually do anything himself. He's not the one causing these disasters. He's just telling people about them.
Well, that's no help. Like,
And I
mean,
feel like I've talked about him on this podcast before because I remember pulling the clip where I got moth-sized man and man-sized moth confused.
Yes.
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 Good times.
So I don't know how much I talk about Mothman, but I guess a lot.
Well, that's okay. That's why I brought it up because I knew that you had a
But-
Mothman thing.
Yes. He's in Fallout 76.
Oh, that's
yeah.
So
right. That's what we were
Mothman
talking
is
about.
like the Appalachia, West Virginia area.
Okay.
So they put Mothman in the game.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Chaps, for letting us know. That's a cool name, Chaps. Thank you, Chaps. I feel like I should.
Is it real?
I don't know.
I feel like you need to say it with a British accent.
Thank you. I don't have a British accent. I
Oh.
just tried. I don't know how. The only thing I can say is
Give it to us in your Southern Belle accent like you do for
Governor.
Jonna.
Hello, Governor Chaps. How was that?
Okay. Wow.
Is that good?
That was not a good British accent.
Okay.
Never again.
All right. One of my favorite lines from Love Actually is the guy who's going to America, and he says they'll love him because he's got a sexy British accent, and his friend's like, "But you don't." And he's like, "Yes, I do." Let's see, who else was kind of nerdy this weekend?
On the
Michelle
border?
Defron Frage. That's a fancy name. I'm pretty sure I just butchered it.
Ooh,
She
probably.
That's
played
French.
Fallout 76 all day
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Scott Booker watched 36 hours of YouTube videos.
cool.
I'm probably up there too. Not gonna lie.
Several people, including Chrislyn, said that they got sucked into the Harry Potter marathon on Sci-Fi.
There's always a Harry Potter marathon.
Every weekend.
It's not every weekend. Since Sci-Fi took it, it's like once every 3 months.
It used
and
to
it's
be on
not enough.
ABC. That was every
I
weekend.
feel like it's every weekend because every time I
It
scroll through the
alternates.
channels, it's like, oh, Harry Potter marathon. I'm like,
It
oh,
alternates. Star
Great.
Wars, Harry Potter.
like, oh, I can't
What's
watch Futurama.
Uncharted?
A great video game.
Heather played Uncharted.
It's treasure hunting, the video game.
Ooh, okay.
It's kind of like Tomb Raider, except more treasure, less Lara Croft.
What about? Oh, okay. What about Apex Legends?
Another game.
But you know anything about it?
Not anything good. I'm still banking on that Game of Thrones party. I'll tell you what I did this
You
weekend.
know where we can just go and have a Game of Thrones party? The Books and Brews.
Westeros?
Well, yes, but we don't have a budget to go there, nor is it a real place.
A fictional place has a budget?
It would cost a lot of money to get to that fictional place. Books and Brews, I was there over the weekend. Oh, I got to post some pictures. They had the Sirius Black, have you seen this wizard? It was a cardboard cutout so you could take your own pictures with it. I got to post those pictures.
Are you serious?
Books and Brews is doing a Game of Thrones party.
Books and Brews always does great nerd stuff.
So like all day leading up to the premiere, you can go and have Game of Thrones themed beers and ciders and play
Game
trivia.
of Thrones beers.
Yes, they have a Joffrey.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably
Is that an
red?
important feature? Probably.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't watch
right?
Game of Thrones. I have no idea what you guys are talking
All right, get caught up, John. Do we
enough
have
target
anything else really nerdy that happened?
Nothing
over
that
the
you care
weekend?
about. I'm on a new cult kick.
about. Oh, God.
No,
I
I
watched a bunch
care.
of cult documentaries this weekend.
Of course
Okay.
you do.
Yeah.
Like what
Nerd.
kind of cults?
Well,
Katie's cult update. Pachoo. Wow.
That just sounds worse.
Okay.
Like she joined a cult.
Yeah, like
Now
I
she's
joined
telling
a
us
cult.
about it.
This is me reporting live from the woods because they
Tell
made me
about
move
these-
out here.
Tell me about these cults.
No, well, I started on this movie that I've had in my queue on Netflix for a while. It's the documentary on Oklahoma City bombing.
Okay. Yeah.
Which ties back to Waco.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I'll watch a documentary about Waco or
Okay.
four. And then I was like, oh, yeah, we'll jump to Manson family. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Oh no, we're gonna jump to Heaven's Gate and then to Jim Jones.
You went to all the big ones.
Yeah, those are the big ones.
Yeah.
And then I watched one. It was a Vice documentary. Those are always wild, and you never know which way they're gonna go.
Okay.
And it was on this guy. He's like the Russian Jesus.
Cool.
So he lives like on a mountain in Russia somewhere.
Okay.
And they think he's like the newest iteration of Jesus or whatever. And they started this like commune thing up there.
Okay.
And it's like super peaceful or whatever. And the guy was like, oh, I'm actually pretty interested in this. I was like, uh-oh.
The guy who was doing the documentary
Yeah,
was
because like,
hey, you know what? Just shut the cameras off. You know where to find me. I'm joining this
because they
one.
were all like, all they are is like peaceful and loving and whatever. And, I mean,
Are
that's how
Maybe
they get
that's
you.
for the
Right.
cameras.
That's how they get you.
Right.
And then he did an interview with, because I was like, oh, that sounds nice, I guess, whatever. I mean,
Katie's joining next.
no, I'm not. Because they got to the last part where they were interviewing like the Jesus guy or whatever. And he could not straight answer any question. It's always those super vague answers that you can perceive like 8 different ways. Because they asked him like, what's your favorite food? And he's like, I don't perceive things as you do. And I was like, okay.
Come on, dude.
Maybe not. Maybe
Come on,
not
you
for
stuff
me.
your face with pizza like the rest of us.
Yeah, well, he doesn't interpret things the same way.
Oh,
Right.
goodness.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to have cravings.
Maybe not.
Really?
He doesn't interpret things the same way we
Well,
do.
if he doesn't love pizza as much as I do, I'm not joining his cult.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
God,
they're
I
in
love
like
pizza.
the boonies of Russia, so like I don't
No
know if there
delivery?
is pizza.
There's no DoorDash there.
No Grubhub.
Probably not.
Well, then I am not interested in that
Right?
cult.
All the things I dislike. You're making me move to the woods.
Mm-hmm.
You're making me give you all my money and work for nothing. And then you're making me go to church all the time.
And I don't get
And then you're
pizza.
asking me hard questions. Like, what do you want from me?
So college?
Yeah.
It's college.
College is a cult.
On what planet is it appealing to move to the woods with no running water and no electricity and no food?
Some people like that.
How many cats will there be?
I didn't see a cat in the
then
documentary.
No, I'm not interested.
They could have all your cats, though. You
No.
can just bring them with you, and then you could
But then
could
they would be
community
communal cats. They wouldn't be your cats
Yeah,
anymore.
no, they're my cats.
They're her kitty cats.
No, because in cults, things don't belong to you anymore.
Well, I'm not interested in my cult. The cats will be mine.
The cats will eat you when you die. Like, be careful.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
No, they
Your
won't.
cats especially.
No, they have. I mean, we have so many bags of food stocked up. And
Yeah, but once they get through the food, then what?
someone will find them by then.
You got 9 cats. That's a lot of food.
I mean, I would like to
her
think.
husband was gonna come home, and her sister
Yeah.
was there.
And
How
I
do
would
you
like
know?
to think if you guys hadn't heard from me for like 2 days, you'd check on me and the cats wouldn't have eaten me yet.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
You think they could get through all that?
Things
She's got
happen.
a lot of food at her house. You
Thank
think
you, Jonna.
2 days? You think they could get through all that
Cats
food?
will for
You
sure
think in
eat
2
you.
days my cats will be eating me?
Yes.
No.
They're
You're wrong.
opportunists, I'm telling you.
You're right.
They're like, oh, she's gone. Time to feast, y'all. So much for these tiny portions.
I kinda
Not
wanna
anymore.
I kind of just want to disappear for a couple of days and then just wait for the tweet from Katie that's like, well,
Can't confirm. Her cats ate her.
KJ's been missing for 2 days, so I'm assuming her cats ate her.
You heard it here first.